San Bernardino County, firefighters are making progress, but taking a live look now from ABC7 HD, you can see the Blue Cut fire is still burning, still out of control, and thousands of people remain out of their homes.
And we are learning more about the damage the explosive flames left behind as it quickly overtook more than 31,000 acres. Good evening, I'm Michelle Tuzzi.
I'm Mark Brown. We continue our breaking team coverage of that huge wildfire still putting up a fight in the San Bernardino National Forest. We are covering this story from the ground and in the air with Eyewitness News teams spread out across the fire line.
Right now, firefighters are focusing their efforts on Wrightwood and Lytle Creek. They're trying to make sure there aren't any more dangerous flare-ups. And that's where Eyewitness News reporter Rob McMillan is tonight. And Rob, less than 24 hours ago, many Lytle Creek residents were fearing the worst, expecting to lose their homes. How are things looking right now?
Much improved compared to this time yesterday. In fact, we can't see any fire activity really at all here in Lytle Creek. There was some action here overnight when the fire raced down this hill. Fortunately, though, firefighters were able to make a stand right here on Lytle Creek Road. Had the fire crossed the street and gone into all of this, it could have hit some homes. Firefighters worked all night long in Lytle Creek as the Blue Cut fire moved down the west side of the Lytle Creek Ridge, approaching homes.
It was bright red. It was like a war zone.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
Although the fire burned all the way down to Lytle Creek Road, it never passed the road and no homes were lost. By the time the sun came up, the Lytle Creek Ridge looked much different than it did just 24 hours prior.
It's like a moonscape. There's just nothing left. It's gray.
Mandatory evacuation orders are still in place, although many residents have chosen to ignore those orders.
There's always a fine line. You have to make up your decision on when you're going to leave or when you're not. And my wife had the car packed and ready to go, but everything worked out for the best, thank God.
As far as when evacuation orders might be lifted for Lytle Creek, there's no precise time frame.
We have to make sure that the fire threat is completely mitigated before we allow people to go back into their homes.
Some of the most intense action on the southern flank of the Blue Cut fire was in the Cajon Pass. Helitankers made several drops on the huge flames along the east side of the Lytle Creek Ridge. The fire burned steadily to the south, but never got past the thick layer of fire retardant on the hill. A lot of people are wondering when they will lift the mandatory evacuation order for Lytle Creek. Well, there's no set timetable. I did speak with one fire official who told me that at the very least they won't even consider lifting that order until there's a containment line all the way past this area. They are working on cutting containment lines right now, but no word on how far they've gotten. Live in Lytle Creek, Rob McMillan, ABC7 Eyewitness.